Okay, if you are finding that you're getting bulky, here's the questions I have for you. Did you add a bunch of protein in? If the answer is yes, was it higher fat protein sources? If they are higher calorie and, you were like, oh, well, I just thought I needed to be adding in more protein. So I just went and bought ground beef and it's like 85%, fat. That's where I want you to start paying attention and make your adjustments, right? Like look at your food, look at your protein choices and make sure that they are indeed lean. Now, if you suck at cooking lean proteins, this is where you're going to need to just do a little bit of footwork, a little bit of homework. Get on the Pinterest, get on the Google Monster, find some recipes to make your lean proteins taste great, okay? Like we have recipes in our programs and stuff, but honestly, it's finding a few proteins that you are content with and really just cycling between them. That's all that most of us do that keep this as like a lifestyle is we just know there are a handful of proteins we always have on hand at home and we kind of cycle through those, okay? I don't know if you guys find it helpful when you see these kinds of things. I don't share a ton of that over on Instagram anymore because I just feel like my choices are boring. It's like I eat the same like few things, but that works okay for me because I like having, the consistency and knowing how my body's going to feel, generally how my body's going to look and all those things. So I just kind of stick to the same thing. It doesn't bother me. And I suggest you find a few that are your favorites and just kind of keep them around. Okay. Now, if you are also tracking your macros, this would be key for you to look at and see like, okay, do I need to adjust my macros? Are my calories too high? Am I eating too much? That is probably layering on some body fat. Okay. Now remember the combo of muscle and body fat equals, say it with me, say it louder for the people in the back. That means you are creating that bulky appearance. Okay. So if you are like, okay, I got to reevaluate some things. I'm lifting weights or every time I lift weights, I feel like I get bulky. Then I urge you to not throw your potential in the trash can, okay? And really get serious about your nutrition and making sure that you are indeed keeping tabs on, how much body fat you're gaining. Now, you may need to drop calories for that to happen. So, I do have an episode coming out, I want to say it's in a couple weeks. I can't remember the episode number, but it is going to go into a little more detail on how to figure out what your macros should be based off of, do you want to gain muscle or do you want to lose weight? Okay, so there's going to be some really basic like calculations and how to figure that out in that podcast. It's super actionable. So I will drop that episode in the group here when it airs, so you can take a listen to that, with a, specific calorie counter that you can go find and do that on your own to at least get started. But it's a slow process. So just know that this whole weight training game, this whole body shaping journey is not going to be an overnight thing. It does take consistency, and I know that it can get really disheartening when it comes to sticking to something because it feels like it's taking forever. But something that somebody said to me many, many years ago, it was, the time is going to pass anyways. And I realize that when the time is passing, you're also in your head thinking about, it's not going fast enough, I'm not happy with it, it's this, it's that. I urge you to just buckle in, deploy some patience, because if you do, when it comes to weight training and being on top of your nutrition, this does not mean you diet all the time, FYI. Do not diet all the time. My clients do not diet all the time. The girls that get all the amazing results that work with us don't diet all the time. They do these things in phases and then they live at maintenance, right? Like that's what I've been doing for the past year. I'm content. I'm at maintenance. So there's really nothing earth shattering going on with me feeling this urgency to like diet and be really restrictive and like do a ton of cardio, because I'm really content with my shape. I feel good in a bathing suit. I feel good naked. And that's what you can work towards when you deploy patience and you realize that body shape change is only created by stimulating the muscle in weight training. And then you will only see that if your diet is in alignment with your training, right? The diet is suiting the goals for what you want to look like. So hopefully this all made sense to you. You know, I'm the hugest advocate for women getting in the weight room. We need more women in the weight room to understand that this is how we shape our bodies and get those beautiful, juicy curves, is through weight training. And then the level of leanness dictates how muscular you're going to look, right? Like I don't look super muscular right now. I look fit, you know, those types of things, but I'm not shredded. I don't want to be shredded. That's not something that I find attractive walking around day to day anymore. So you got to find what works for you, and you can really tailor that and customize your results based on, you know, essentially what you want to look like, and making the diet and the training match that. Okay.